think everybody's ready to go. And this first jam is on. Both jammers have been released and they engage the back of that pack.
And it is Scald Eagle, the first to penetrate. She is your lead jammer.
But hot on her tail, Jalapeno has broken the front of that wall of the Guns N' Rollers. And this pack has slowed way down in this apex right in front of us.
And Scald Eagle slides her way into the back of the pack, calls the jam off, but not before picking up 3 quick points for the Guns N' Rollers.
Jalapeno came in very hot on there, but that whistle was blowing well before she could score any points on her own pass.
We've got much mayhem at the line for the Breakneck Betties.
Also, if you remember, the first jammer out of that pack without causing any penalties or anything like that, they are the lead jammer.
Untamed Shrew jamming for the Guns N' Rollers. Much mayhem, the first off the jammer line, collides with the back of the pack.
Much mayhem, no stranger to taking big hits and dishing them out, and she's your lead jammer.
That's how fast she is, King. She can take a spill, quickly right herself, get in front of the pack. Looks like we got a high block being called there on Havana Good Time. She'll visit the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Scrappy Go Lucky knocked Untamed Shrew right out of there, but Untamed Shrew saw that she went out of bounds with her, jumped right back in there.
And Much Mayhem elects to call that jam off. It's going to be 4 points for the Breakneck Betties.
Looks like Havana Good Time sitting in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box off a penalty in that last jam. So that's going to give the Breakneck Betties a complement of 4 and an advantage in this next jam.
And it's Super 6-pack at the line for the Betties, and you're going to be sorry for the Guns N' Rollers.
Super 6-pack's got the star on for your Breakneck Betty. She's up against that wall, trying to push a hole through.
Both skaters looking for the inroad through the middle. Super 6-pack weaves to the outside, though. She's your lead jammer.
And she lost her footing there.
And Gonna Be Sorry is going to be sent to the penalty box. Looks like that was a cutting the track penalty. We've got a power jam here for the Betties, folks.
That's right. Super 6-pack's going to try and put some more points up on that track. No pack being called. They got to let her go. That's a grand slam on the track for Super 6-pack.
Betties keeping the pace at a standstill, letting Super 6-pack catch all the way up to the track. Taking advantage, leaps to the inside. 5 points for the Betties.
And that was some great offense by Ripley to jump out there, take out Scarlene, and give only 2 blockers for a Super 6-pack to contend with.
Great blocking right now by Scarlene Roller Eclipse, but it's Chestnuts who collides in there to take out Ivana Thrasher. Open the hole, 5 more points for the Breakneck Betties.
Both sides coming in with that offense, trying to open up a hole for Super 6-pack. They push her up into that apex, and what they've done is given her more room to work up there on that track.
That's what they did. They spread it out. She finds an inside lane. 5 more points there on that pass for Super 6-pack and the Breakneck Betties.
Bridgetown Chiropractic, hardest hits of the night, brought to you by Bridgetown Chiropractic.
That was some excellent work by the Betties there to push this score up. And what they did was they called it off, leaving Yo Gonna Be Sorry standing in the penalty box waiting to get released.
Jalapeno off the line.
They're playing that passive offense, waiting for things to happen. Looks like Scrappy Go Lucky gets called with failure to reform. She's going to be heading to the penalty box.
Yo Gonna Be Sorry back in play for the Guns N' Rollers, but she's being tossed around by Liquor and Split and Lemon Stinger at the back of the pack.
And Jalapeno picks up a 5-point grand slam.
Jalapeno working against a strong GNR front wall, but they cannot contain her. That is 5 more points up for Jalapeno and the Breakneck Betties.
Yo Gonna Be Sorry was stuck behind a really, really strong red wall. She finally did manage to find her way through, and she's off to the races.
Jalapeno engages the pack, decides to call off that jam.
Picked up 2 points on that. And we've got a ref down in tier number 1.
So far, King, 36 Breakneck Betties, 3 points for the Guns N' Rollers.
This is one of my favorite matchups right here. Much Mayhem and Scald Eagle as your jammers.
Well, they're both so versatile, so quick. They can play offense, they can play defense.
All around, there's some great jammers. Scald Eagle jumping from right to left and back again. She's up against that red wall, and she has willed her way right on through as lead jammer.
And we had a back block called there on Much Mayhem. She'll visit the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box. King, huge advantage right now for the Guns N' Rollers. They've got 2 extra players on the track, and they're in a power jam situation.
And Scald Eagle does what Scald Eagle will do, that jump to the left. Her lateral movement is like nothing I've ever seen.
Her teammates open the hole wide, let her take on the Betties line by herself. She collides her way through, forces the pack to separate, and that is 5 points for Scald Eagle.
And Chestnuts put a great hit on her, but it wasn't quite enough. It only slowed her down. Scrappy Go Lucky went up against her. She managed to get a body on it, but it still put 5 more points for Scald Eagle.
It's hard to go toe-to-toe with Scrappy like that and come out on top, King. Oh, and Scald Eagle so quick with an outside lane. 5 more points up for the Guns N' Rollers.
Havana Goodtime doing some really nice offense out there. She keeps hitting the same spot, but she picks up that back block, and she's going to sit down in that Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical team for the Rose City Roller.
Well, after that power jam by the Guns N' Rollers, there's 25 points picked up by Scald Eagle.
We've got Untamed Shrew at the line to jam for the Guns N' Rollers. They will be starting this off in a power jam. Great blocking by Ripley and Liquor and Split, keeping Untamed Shrew in check.
And out of the penalty box, just like that, Much Mayhem said, no, I want to play this game too. She's your lead jammer. Lemon Stinger with a crushing blow in turn number 4. I don't know how Untamed Shrew stayed on her feet.
King, I don't know how any of them stay on their feet, my friend. I certainly couldn't do it.
Much Mayhem works her way around. She picks up a grand slam, 5 points.
We've got a multi-player block called on Liquor and Split. She'll visit the penalty box.
Untamed Shrew with some fancy footwork breached that pack. Now it's a race to the back.
GNR doing a good job of forcing Much Mayhem out of bounds there, but not before she picks up 2 points, calls off the jam.
Rose City Rollers would like to thank Kind Bar, a brand of all-natural fruit nut bars made from ingredients you can see and pronounce.
All right, it's going to be Jalapeno at the line for the Breakneck Betties, and you're going to be sorry for the Guns N' Rollers.
It's another one of those matchups I really like. Right now the defense really working over. You're going to be sorry, not letting her get past. Up in front, Jalapenos got 2 players left to beat. She gets lead jammer as she pushes them out of play.
Oh, it looks like we're going to have a back block called there, King. That is going to be on Havana Goodtime.
That is a popular call tonight. Right there, Jalapenos calling it off after she picked up her points. A real smart play. That's 4 more for her.
And King, that's what happens when you have 2 really physical teams. You do your best to play clean, but it's inevitable that now and then you're going to have a call like a back block. It's just so easy to get.
I believe the score is 43-28 after that 4-point pickup.
We've got Scald Eagle at the line for the Guns N' Rollers and Super 6-pack for the Breakneck Betties.
Super 6-pack engaged to the back of that wall. She's working her way from out to in and back again. Cannot find a hole to get through.
Great containment right now, but Scald Eagle breaks free on the inside. She is your lead jammer.
Nice off-court defensive work by Lemon Stinger to try and open that hole. Super 6-pack, though, gets caught and escorted out of bounds.
Yeah, great blocking there by Scarleen to force Super 6-pack out of bounds and recycle way to the back of the pack.
Ripley up front trying to hold on to her. They're doing some really nice bridge work, but Scald Eagle managed to get her way through.
Super 6-pack clears that pack as well.
Liquor and Split with a ginormous hit on number 999.
Scald Eagle engages the front wall, but Liquor and Split forces her out of bounds, and Scald calls off that jam.
We'd like to thank Twist Sport Conditioning Center, the official training partner of the Wheels of Justice. Visit twistportland.com.
As our jammers in this next jam, Untamed Shrew and number 77, Much Mayhem. This next jam is on. Both jammers engaged in the back of that wall, and they're just trying to push their way through.
Much Mayhem work in the front of the pack, but no, that's going to be a back block called on Much. She will visit the PBR penalty box.
I have a feeling this is going to come down to power jams and how this game is dictated. Untamed Shrew right now up against the back of Chestnuts and Scrappy Go Lucky, a duo I would not want to go against, but she managed to eke her way through.
Great job, Untamed Shrew, maintaining her feet, bumping her way through the pack.
Tiger Bomb trying to come in there and play a little bit of offense. She did manage to push that up there. One player left to beat. Untamed Shrew is through for another 5 points.
Untamed Shrew engages Chestnuts and Rhea Derange, gets some back up from Scrappy Go Lucky. Oh, great job, Untamed Shrew, forced out of bounds there, but quickly re-enters the track. That's 5 more points for the Guns N' Rollers.
Yeah, the Betties tried to jump back there and draw that cut, but they were not quick enough. Untamed Shrew came back in, and she's back around again.
Working her way through the center of the pack. Squeaks by on the inside. Hey, that's 5 points for Untamed Shrew and the Guns N' Rollers. And King, we've got a lead change here.
We got a lead
49 change. Guns N' Rollers, 47 Breakneck Betties.
Much Mayhem came back on the track. I think she caught him looking the other way. That or she's just that fast. Untamed Shrew does some beautiful ballet work to get on through. I'm not sure if she does it, but she didn't make it look easy.
King, we are going to have us a tight one, sir. Magic Pony.
Hey, we'd like to thank Oaks Amusement Park, home of the Rose City Rollers, and the place to purchase your derby gear. That's Oaks Amusement Park.
It's You're Gonna Be Sorry at the line for the Guns N' Rollers. Jalapeno for the Breakneck Betties.
You're Gonna Be Sorry hits the back of that red wall. She's trying to find a hole or a little bit of purchase to get through.
Great defense right now by the Betties, keeping You're Gonna Be Sorry contained at the back of the pack.
Oh, multiplayer being called. They unfortunately fall apart, and Jalapeno's off to the races.
She capitalized on that penalty call right there, King.
I believe that's Copernicus, got a multiplayer block. You cannot hold on to people and stop the jam.
And so quick, Jalapeno skirts to the inside. 5 points for the Breakneck Betties.
She's another one that's got some great footwork when she gets in that pack. You're Gonna Be Sorry, still stuck in there. She's up against Flicker and Split and Ripley.
And we've got a cut in the track penalty called on Lemon Stinger. She will visit the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
You're Gonna Be Sorry has finally managed to eke her way through this pack. Jalapeno's gonna go ahead and call it off after picking another 4 points up there.
And that's another lead change there, King. Now it's the Betties back on top, 56-53.
Ah, this is a great game. We got a tight one here. So where's my Betties fans out there? Jungle, you just went down 3 points. You better cheer for your team.
Scald Eagle and Super Six-Pack jammers for this round, King.
That was a great move by Scald Eagle. She did a little bit of offensive work herself. Knocked that jammer out and took a step back.
And she was knocked out of bounds herself, forced to recycle to the back of the pack. And they've got to let Super Six-Pack go as the pack disintegrates. She is your lead jammer.
And Ivana Thrasher blocking out of bounds. She's going to be sitting in the penalty box. Out of
4 points on that last pass for Super Six-Pack and the Betties.
Super Six-Pack go ahead and called it off. She wants to keep that score in their favor. Right now they're sitting at 60-53. Untamed Shrew out there once again with a star on her helmet. Last time she was out, she did a fantastic job in that power jam.
Untamed Shrew with the line here for the Guns N' Rollers. Liquor and Split for the Breakneck Betties.
Liquor and Split hits the back of that wall. She's zigging and zagging, and she's up in the middle of that trying to get through. Great truck and trailer work by the Guns N' Rollers, but she is out first as your lead jammer.
Toe to toe there, King. Two powerful jammers. Liquor and Split knows that Untamed Shrew's on her heels. She calls off the jam.
No reason to burn any time. It was just going to be a photo finish.
Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon. That's Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery.
Much mayhem in Scald Eagle once again out there with the jammer caps on.
And we are off there, King. Both skaters taking an inside route.
Nice hit by Chestnuts to knock Scald Eagle out, but she jumped right back in, and she's your lead jammer.
Much mayhem clears the pack as well. Fast jamming on this pass.
Right now, the Betties have got the Guns N' Rollers kind of split up. They finally got into the lead position. Looks like it's a battle for the front right now, and this pack speed is really being pushed up.
Yeah, look at the speed of Much Mayhem to catch up to Scald Eagle there, King.
Ladies and gentlemen, a special announcement. Happy anniversary to Ange Lee and Tammy as they celebrate their special night with the Rose City Rollers. This event will always be near and dear to their hearts since this is where they first met and began their journey. Tammy would like to tell Ange that she looks forward to spending the rest of their lives together. Big hand for Ange and Tammy!
Congratulations, Ange and Tammy. Back to the action. We've got Untamed Shrew for the Guns N' Rollers.
And Super Six Pack, she's up front right now up against that Guns N' Rollers wall. But Untamed Shrew jogs her way right to the front. She's your lead jammer.
And it looks like we've got a forearm there.
And once again, that's going to put Untamed Shrew in a power jam.
Yeah, that forearm was called on Super Six Pack there, King.
Scrappy Go Lucky got a piece of her, but nice wall work by the Guns N' Rollers to not let her come back.
Look, fantastic defense right now by the Betties, King. Lemon Stinger, Liquor and Split trying to keep Untamed Shrew in check. They got to let her go. 5 points for the Guns N' Rollers.
She did some nice footwork to get herself through. Now you got a little bit of offense being played, but it was just a little bit of tap.
This time, Betty's more successful with their defense, knocking Untamed Shrew out of bounds.
And a strong play in the back. They're trying to get their jammer through. Nice bridge work. Forearm being called on Scrappy Go Lucky, and 5 points being picked up by the Untamed Shrew.
Looks like Rorschach Test is going to be visited the penalty box there as well. King did not quite see the call.
Well, the pass through ribbon penalty box just isn't fun to be sitting in by yourself. She had to visit Scrappy Go Lucky there.
We've got enough chairs for everybody, King. Great blocking now by Liquor and Split. Gets some backup from Lemon Stinger. But Untamed Shrew clears that pack. It's going to be 5 more points up for the Guns N' Rollers.
Super Six back up against the back of Scarlene and Roller Eclipse. They're doing an excellent truck and trailer work and really taking the speed away from her.
And King, we took that jam to its full 2 minutes. Still a close match. 68 for the Guns N' Rollers, 60 for the Breakneck Betties.
And they took their lead back.
Fat Tire Ale and Ranger IPA. Grab one from the concession stands. Those are from New Belgian Brewing Company.
And jamming for GNR for the first time tonight, King, we've got Ivana Thrasher. Just made her return to the league, and it's going to be Jalapeno jamming for the Breakneck Betties.
And I like the starting on the pivot line up there by the Guns N' Rollers. Give the jammers a little bit of running room.
I'm digging that, King. It's setting up some very
Ivana Thrasher, she's the first one out, and she's your lead jammer.
That's how you want to do it for your first jam of the night, King. Jalapeno has cleared that pack as well.
Really nice work right now. There's a whole lot of hitting happening in that pack. Ivana Thrasher gets all the way up to the front. She calls it off. Picks up 3 points on that jam.
Magic Pony, what you got for us, sir?
Well, if you're like me, you often need information about food, arts, and entertainment right here in Portland. You know where you look? Portland Mercury.
Really?
That's the truth. The Portland Mercury has all the news you need.
It's a great mag, man.
All right, we've got Scald, Eagle, and Much Mayhem at the jammer line.
Much Mayhem right now engaged at the back of that pack. She's really trying to push that speed through. Nice work, though, by GNR.
Looks like we've got a multiplayer block being called right there on Super 6-pack.
Scald Eagles, your lead jammer. She's out front, and Much Mayhem still stuck behind that black wall. Nice slow pack, and Scald Eagle has finally made her way around.
Scald Eagle so quick on the outside. Great blocking attempt by Fonda Brawls there, but Scald maintains her footing. Oh, we've got a high block there, King.
On Scald Eagle.
Gonna be a power jam for Much Mayhem and the Breakneck Betties.
That's not something you normally see on a person of Scald Eagle's size. He's a tall chicken, man.
No argument for me, King. Much Mayhem getting bounced around in the center of the pack. Sandwich between Roller Eclipse and Copernicus. But Much finds a free hole, and that's going to be 5 more points for the Breakneck Betties.
They did some really nice wall work there, but unfortunately the center came apart, which is very unusual. Right now you got Scarleen out front with Copernicus, and they're trying to slow down Much Mayhem and contain her up there.
Vava Boom making her presence known.
She's going to drop back and do a nice little bit of bridging. 5 points being picked up, and Scarleen. What did Scarleen do?
Out of play call on Scarleen. She will visit that Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box. Don't look all innocent there now.
Oh, she just likes to block people. She doesn't care where. Oh, willy-nilly.
Much Mayhem working her way free of the pack on her own. That's 5 more points for Much and the Betties.
And looks like Scald Eagle has served her time. They tried to drag her back, but she has picked up a full head of steam. Tries to just ram her way through that wall. She did pick up 4 points on that last jam.
Back and forth, King, back and forth. 79 Betties, 75 Guns and Rollers.
And if you look away, their score will change again, and who knows who will be up next.
We've got Yo Gonna Be Sorry jamming for the Guns and Rollers, and it's Liquor and Split for the Breakneck Betties.
Slide pack advantage right now for the Betties. They've got 4 blockers out there, the 3 for the Guns and Rollers.
See if they can capitalize here, King.
Nice play. I like how they played a little bit of offense right off that line.
Liquor and Split first off the line. She's up there at the front of the pack. Havana, good time. Rorschach Test knocking her out of bounds. Liquor maintains her track position, though, and she does take lead jammer.
Tiger Bomb not quite fast enough. She was swing and a miss. Yo Gonna Be Sorry, still stuck in that pack. And it looks like a cut being cut on Yo Gonna Be Sorry. And she gets a 2nd minute for not reporting to the penalty box. You've got to listen to your ref. So she's going to serve 2 minutes, and that's going to give a 2-minute power jam to the Betties.
Yeah, this could be devastating for GNR right here, King. Liquor and Split and the Betties have an unprecedented opportunity right now to put some serious points on the board. 5 there for Liquor on that last pass.
Nice hit by Scarleen. She served her time and came in swinging.
And it looks like we've got a blocking out of bounds call there on Scrappy Go Lucky.
That's pretty interesting. Hey, Magic Pony, what do you got? I guess he doesn't. All right, we're going to see jalapeno businesses. No? No? No business?
I got nothing.
No business. All right. Jalapeno's out there. All by her lonesome. Yo Gonna Be Sorry once again, serving 2 minutes in that penalty box.
Let's see what Jalapeno can do here. She's toe-to-toe with Untamed Shrew at the front of the pack. Shrew's got a releaser. Lead jammer Jalapeno.
She comes in hot once again. A nice bridge being set up in the back. They take her all the way into turn number 2, but they've got to let her go. That's 5 more points.
Nice blocking by Harajuku, a girl there, but yeah, they just had to let her free, King.
And they faded like they were going to play a little bit of offense there. Ripley just gave a little fake and let him go.
GNR trying to bridge it out, but the pack disintegrates. That's going to be another 5 points for Jalapeno and the breakneck Betties.
And there's the offense right there. A nice hit. They broke up that wall. Made it real easy for Jalapeno business.
That's another 5, King. This is exactly what the Betties needed to do here.
Engage in that straightaway. That's an excellent ploy right there. Lemon Stinger's got someone trapped in the back. Oh.
Great blocking there by Ivana Thrasher King, forcing Jalapeno out of bounds. Calls off that jam. Big gap now, King. 111 Betty, 75 GNR.
And that makes me want to remind you about the Nightlife Lounge, RCR's favorite Clinton Street bar and the only place to buy RCR tickets in town. And while I'm at it, McDonald Miller Facility Solutions, proud sponsor of your Rose City Roller.
Much mayhem all by herself. You're gonna be sorry, still sitting in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Much mayhem is your lead jammer.
And they've got set up shop there in the corner.
Nice block by Rorschach. Test Fortune Much out of bounds, but Much Mayhem so quick to regain entry to the pack.
That was great work by the bridge of Roller Eclipse. Havana Good Time trying to break up that wall and get her jammer through.
It's another 5 points for the Betties on that last pass there, King. Yo gonna be sorry pushing up against a strong Betty's front wall. Tumbles to the track. Looks like it was a clean hit.
And I don't know if anybody saw it, but Copernicus right there got the star pass. And she's finally through. We got a star pass out there.
And 5 more points picked up by Much Mayhem on the last pass.
Much Mayhem engaged the back of that wall. She's going to go ahead and call it off. Copernicus was hot on her tail. She knew it. She didn't want to have any points get wasted there. Good call off.
What you got there, Magic Tony?
I wanted to thank Joe's Burgers, 4 locations, awesome burgers, and the official feeder of your RCR volunteers. We love them Joe's Burgers.
Oh, I'd kill for a Joe's Burger.
You know, I went down to Joe's Burgers last weekend. Had a black and blue burger. So good.
Oh, I want a Joe's
It's
Burger
so
right now.
good. Super Six Pack getting some love from Scald Eagle.
Both jammers looking to worm their way through the center of the pack. It is Scald Eagle who is the first to break free. She is your lead jammer.
Super Six Pack did manage to find a hole through that wall. Nice work right now by Guns N' Rollers. They're starting to hit some players and make easy points for them out there. This jam is called off.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up at halftime, we'll have the raffle for the bike you saw us all riding around. Pick up your tickets. And just a reminder, last call for alcohol. There will be no alcohol available after the first half of this game.
We've got Chestnuts at the line for the breakneck Betties. I believe that's her first time jamming tonight, King. And we've got Untamed Shrew skating for the Guns N' Rollers.
Untamed Shrew out there trying to find her way through that hole. Chestnuts, though, she has no problem getting through. She's your lead jammer.
Untamed Shrew manages to clear the pack. Fast pace set on this jam here, King.
Nice slow pack. They've got a person trapped in the back. Guns N' Rollers doing a nice job there. They turned it around, though. Chestnuts picked up her points and called it off. She picked up 2, leaving them at nothing for the Guns N' Rollers. Well, folks, don't go anyplace at halftime because we're going to have the Pabst Blue Ribbon Whack-A-Rama. You want to know what it is? Hang out and we're going to show you. Well, Breakneck L, you guys are up 50 points in the half. Where's the cheering section over there?
All right, King, it looks like it's Scald Eagle jamming for the Guns N' Rollers and Jalapeno for the Breakneck Betties.
And both these players working back to front, and Scald Eagle somehow snuck right up that inside lane. She's your lead jammer.
Jalapeno working up against Copernicus, Roller Eclipse, and Scarleen at the front.
Copernicus and Scarlett doing a fantastic job on Jalapeno.
Copernicus sticking with her, forced to let her go. Jalapeno has now cleared the pack.
Scald Eagle pushes her way through.
4 points on that pass for Scald Eagle.
Wise move by Scald Eagle to call off that jam. Jalapeno was coming around. She saw that all the Guns N' Rollers were in the back.
That's right, King. You can't necessarily go for the big power play, multi-point jams. Very intelligent, chipping away piece by piece.
Artemis Foulmouth cooling her wheels right now in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box to start this next jam.
We've got Much Mayhem jamming for the Breakneck Betties and Untamed Shrew for the Guns N' Rollers.
Much Mayhem hits the back of that wall, starts pushing it up, and she finds the light of day on the inside.
So quick. Great block in there by Scrappy Go Lucky, forcing Untamed Shrew out of bounds, but Untamed Shrew manages to break free of that pack.
Well, she just bullied away right on past Liquor and Split to get herself out.
And not an easy thing to do, King. Much Mayhem engages the pack, calls off the jam. Looks like it's 2 points for the Betties and 2 points for the Guns N' Rollers.
And we're going to see Super Six Pack out there right along with Ivana Thrasher. They're the next ones with the stars on their helmet for this next jam. This next jam starts. Ivana Thrasher's up against that wall of red, and she's trying to muscle her way through.
Super Six Pack squirts through the pack, but no, it's going to be a forearm called on Super Six Pack. We've got a power jam for the Guns N' Rollers.
Ivana Thrasher jumped out there. She picked up that status. Guns N' Rollers are going to slow it down in this straightaway.
This is the opportunity that GNR wanted at the start of this half, King. And Ivana Thrasher capitalizes, breaks that wall. 5 points for the Guns N' Rollers.
They've got their full wall out there. Ivana Thrasher's making her way around. Artemis Foulmouth, nice hole that she opened up. One player left to beat. There's the score right there, 5 points.
A big block there by Push Latouche on Ivana Thrasher, but Ivana managed to keep her feet. Great strategy right now by GNR King, keeping that pace at a dead standstill, letting Thrasher have all the time in the world to circle that track.
Baba Boom jumped out there. She opened up some holes. People had to draw back and hold on. There's 2 players up front, but that's 5 points for Ivana Thrasher.
Yeah, too far back out of the pack. They had to let Thrasher go.
They stand back. They didn't hit the wall this time.
Thrasher getting bounced around in the middle of that pack by Rhea Derange and Happy Feet, but again she clears the pack. 5 more points for the Guns N' Rollers.
Super Six Pack trying to get through. Artemis Foulmouth, though, escorts her out of bounds, and they're still trying to hold on to her.
Super Six Pack just pushes her way through that front wall.
And Ivana Thrasher gets right in the middle of that pack and waves her arms around, picking up 3 more points.
And just like that, King, 127 Betties, 104 Guns N' Rollers. They are closing that gap.
They've cut it in half. Hey, Pony, who do you got?
Nothing yet.
No business whatsoever.
He's got some chocolate. We've got Jalapeno at the line for the Breakneck Betties and Scald Eagle for the Guns N' Rollers.
Jalapeno business getting sucked into that little pocket there. Looks like she's breaking open a hole, though.
Scrappy going toe-to-toe with Scald Eagle, but no, it is Jalapeno the first to break free. She is your lead jammer.
Copernicus runs out front trying to slow her down. And how uncharacteristic, Scald Eagle finally getting out of the pack.
Roller Eclipse and Copernicus tying up Jalapeno. Liquor and Split steps in to help out her teammate. And Jalapeno calls off that jam, but not before putting 4 points up on the board for the Breakneck Betties.
All right, we'd like to thank the Breakneck Betties sponsors, Strength Fit, Moreland Vision Source, American Family Insurance, Kenneth Hart Agency, Kelly's Olympia, and that's that for your Breakneck Betties sponsors.
We've got Much Mayhem at the line for the Betties and Untamed Shrew for the Guns and Rollers.
Much Mayhem hits the back of that wall and starts tripping over some players. I believe there's going to be a call on that play.
That's going to be a back block on Much Mayhem there, King. It's another power jam for the Guns and Rollers.
And that's going to put Untamed Shrew in a position to cut this lead down by the Betties even more.
And it looks like it was also a penalty call there on Chestnuts. That is going to be 2 Betty skaters in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box. And was that a direction of play being called there? And Super Six-Pack out of play. Sorry, 3 Betty skaters in the PBR penalty box. Huge opportunity for the Guns and Rollers, King.
Well, see, what's going to happen here is they've got 3 players sitting in the penalty box, so all she has to do is pass 1, and it counts as 4. That's fancy math right there.
That's all the math I can do, King, and there she does it. That's 5 points for Untamed Shrew.
And they're going to put her in the sweet spot on this track. Scarleen jumps up there, gives a little love to that red wall. Nice hit.
Untamed Shrew clears that pack. That's going to be 5 more points. And oh no, we've got another out of play penalty being called on Happy Feet.
And just that, she's creeping within a couple of points here.
Much Mayhem back in play.
Oh.
Drop to the track by Vava Boom.
Oh, big hits by Havana Goodtime and Vava Boom.
And Untamed Shrew leaps to the inside. 5 points for the Guns and Rollers.
We've got a lead change! That was 50 points up at halftime by the Betties, and it ain't like that no more.
What do we say, King? With roller derby, it can change at a moment's notice. That's going to do it for that jam.
I said it at halftime. Betties had to play clean if they wanted to contain this game and stay in the lead. And we're going to see a timeout. They need to get their ducks in a row in order to move forward.
We're going to toss things to DJ Agent Meow. King, if tonight's action is any indication, we are looking forward to a tremendous home season of roller derby.
We still got 22 minutes in this game. It's 138-131.
No gonna be sorry jamming for the Guns and Rollers. Jalapeno for the Breakneck Betties.
Yo gonna be sorry gets taken out of bounds by Jalapeno. She's trying to incite a cut. Ends up on the deck anyways. Yo gonna be sorry, engaged in the back of that wall, hits the sweet spot, and she's up against 2 blockers.
Center of the pack took a tumble. It is gonna be Jalapeno as lead jammer.
Whole lot of hitting going on out there. Yo, gonna be sorry, still stuck in that pack. It's Scrappy Go Lucky, skating mean and playing hard.
Yeah, Scrappy's so tenacious. They're sticking with her. We've got Ripley up at the front, keeping her in check now, but no, Jalapeno breaks free. 4 points on that pass for the Breakneck Betties. And we've got a low block being called on Scrappy Go Lucky. She will visit the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Yo, gonna be sorry, still stuck in that pack. The defense being laid down right now by the Breakneck Betties is pretty epic.
Scary back wall by the Guns and Rollers there. Jalapeno had enough of it, King, and she calls off the jam.
Wow, Licorice, Split, and Happy Feet giving the business down to Yo Gonna Be Sorry.
Hey, if you like numbers, rules, and roller derby, we have the job for you. Volunteer as a Rose City Rollers official on or off skates. Find more by visiting the volunteer table in the lobby or by visiting us online at www.rosecityrollers.com.
All right, folks, we've got us a tie game here. Scald Eagle quickly leaps off the line, and she is your lead jammer.
That was just incredible. She found that hole, and if there was a split-second opening, right like that, she's out. Super six-pack up against the back of Havana, good time. Unable so far to get past it.
Great bridge in there by Hellslinger, keeping the pack integrity, but Super Six-Pack does break free.
No call out there on the track. Scald Eagle makes her way through, picks up her points, calls off that jam. 4 more points for GNR.
And that lead is shifted back to the Guns and Rollers, King.
Hey, we'd like to thank S1 Helmets. They're a Wheels of Justice sponsor.
Much mayhem at the line for the Breakneck Betties. Untamed Shrew for the Guns and Rollers.
Slight pack advantage out there. Betty's got on 3 blockers. Untamed Shrew right now trying to work them over and find a hole to get through.
Great defense right now by the Guns and Rollers, containing Much Mayhem. She does find it in outside route. She is your lead jammer.
Great defense out there also by the Breakneck Betties. Ripley chipped Untamed Shrew out of bounds, but Untamed Shrew has recovered, and she's got 1 player left to beat.
And we've got a low block called there on Happy Feet, King. She is back to the PBR penalty box.
Untamed Shrew, she's through that pack. Looks like Liquor and Split's also going to be head to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Much Mayhem decides to call the jam off.
I think what she was out there doing a lot of signaling. I think she was trying to get them to speed up that pack and burn some of that clock.
Awesome, and we'd like to thank Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and proud part of RCR since 2009. And while we're at it, hey everybody, check out the after party at the Bossa Nova Ballroom, 722 East Burnside. Dance party with DJ Gregarious.
Jalapeno back at the line for the Breakneck Betties. Ivana Thrasher for the Guns and Rollers.
She's got 1 player left to beat up front, but that's Super Six-Pack, and she's got a complement of friends.
Lemon Stinger doing a great job of catching up and taking on Ivana Thrasher.
And Jalapeno jumps on through. She's your lead jammer.
Great block in there by Betties to put their jammer in position to take lead jammer King.
Wow, Jalapeno hit that wall and blew it wide open, picking up her 5 points.
And that's another lead change. Breakneck Betties, 149, Guns and Rollers, 142. King, I really think the watchword for this season is going to be defense.
That's pretty much what you can contain that jammer, stop from scoring. That's really going to put those extra points on the board if your jammer can get through.
Chestnuts jamming for the Breakneck Betties and Scald Eagle for the Guns and Rollers.
Nice hit to the outside, but Chestnuts, she gets on through and she's your lead jammer.
Yeah, great play by Chestnuts there, King, knocking Scald Eagle to the side and taking over lead jammer. Scald Eagle's cleared the pack as well.
Scrappy Go Lucky gets escorted out of bounds by Tiger Bomb.
Chestnuts works her way to the front of the pack, calls off that jam, but not before putting 2 points up. Magic Pony
Hey everybody, visit TimothyMurrayPhotography.com for classic black and white film derby images. That's Timothy Murray Photography.
Much mayhem with the star on her helmet, number 77 for the Breakneck Betties.
Untamed Shrew jamming for the Guns N' Rollers. Nice block by Rorschach Test to knock Much Mayhem to the inside, so Much just takes the outside.
Oh, and that's a beautiful hit by Havana Goodtime. Unfortunately, though, she did go out of bounds, and Much Mayhem's off to the races.
Lemon Stinger sent to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
It's going to be a photo finish into the back of this pack. She hits it. Did she get any points? Oh, she did. She picked up 1 point in that jam.
Hey everybody, have you heard about Bridgetown Automotive? They're awesome mechanics. We trust them, and so should you. We're the Rose City Rollers. Bridgetown Automotive.
We've got Super Six Pack at the line for the Breakneck Betties and Ivana Thrasher for the Guns N' Rollers.
Ivana Thrasher hits that red wall. She's going outside to in. She's also fighting with Super Six Pack, who's playing defense right now as the jammer.
Yeah, some jammer on jammer action there as Super Six Pack goes to town on Ivana Thrasher.
Nice hit by Scarleen to take out Super Six Pack.
But not before Super Six Pack was able to obtain lead jammer.
I don't think she realized it. She's still trying to fight her way through.
Oh, and she does, King, she does.
Nice job by Scrappy Go Lucky. Now, Ivana Thrasher picked up 3 points, but that could have been a whole lot worse.
Just in case you're wondering, the live broadcast of tonight's bout was brought to you by Blaze Streaming Media. Thank you, Blaze Streaming Media.
Yeah, we're real grateful to Blaze there, Magic Pony. There's a lot of folks who want to come to these bouts and they can't do it. That lets them check out the action.
They're almost as awesome as Smith Nurseries, the GNR sponsor.
Scald Eagle up there at the Ron Tonkin Fiat jammer line. Jalapeno as well, but it is Scald Eagle first. She is your lead jammer.
How does she do that? Well, right now it's a battle for front position, and GNR doing a nice job. Copernicus right now has got Happy Feet caught, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Scald Eagle whips across the track, calls off the jam. Looks like it's going to be 3 points there for Scald Eagle and the Guns N' Rollers. Such a close game here, King. Every point counts.
Flicker and Split and Untamed Shrew, they're going to be your jammers here in this next jam. Nice tight wall by both sides. They're not letting those jammers go anyway. And Scrappy Go Lucky with a mammoth hit out there.
Flicker and Split looking to take the inside. She's knocked out of bounds and has to recycle. That does give Untamed Shrew the opportunity to be lead jammer.
Another nice big hit up here. It's like Harajuku girl dealing out some pain right now. Untamed Shrew gliding around the outside, picks up her points, and she finally calls it off.
Hey, we'd like to thank Kava Coffee. They're a Heartless Heather sponsor. And Metro Parents PDX Kids Calendar.
Right now we're looking at a 3-point game. Your Breakneck Betties are holding on by their fingernails.
And we've got Much Mayhem at the line here.
Looks like a low block being dealt out to Untamed Shrew at the very end of that last jam. And that's going to start them in a power jam.
Let's see what they can do here, King. This is what the Betties need. Much Mayhem is your lead jammer, and this is her chance to open up that score.
She gets up engaged up against the back of that wall. Nice bridge work by Havana Goodtime. Unfortunately, she pushed it 20. They got to let her go. That's 5 easy points.
Betty's going to let Much approach the pack through the center.
Happy Feet tries to get in there. They push that pack a little bit forward.
No Gonna Be Sorry and Roller Eclipse with some great defense, but the pack disintegrates. Much Mayhem is free, and that's 5 more points for the Breakneck Betties.
Nice work by Rhea Derange to sneak up front and try and contain that blocker.
Much Mayhem skirts around Artemis Foulmouth on the outside. That's going to be 5 more points for the Breakneck Betties.
They drag Untamed Shrew back, and she's going to start behind all those blockers from the
That's
Betties.
a strong wall there, King. Roller Eclipse, Havana Good Time. Looks like we've got a multiplayer block being called on Super Six Pack.
Well, you can't hold on to your buddies out there and stop that jammer. You will get called on that.
5 more points on that last pass for Much Mayhem.
Oh, going down. Untamed Shrew stepped out of bounds and glided back in. She gets the cut, and she's going to be giving them another power jam.
And another 5 on the board there for Much Mayhem. She calls it off, but what a jam there for Much and the Betties. 176 Breakneck Betties, 149 Guns and Rollers.
Porque no?
Porque yes!
Amazing taqueria food with 2 locations, the Mississippi and the Hawthorne. That's Porque no at porqueno.com.
So out there on the track in that last power jam, they ran this score back up by another 25 points. And unfortunately for the Guns and Rollers, they've got their jammer sitting in that Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Yeah, but we saw him right after the half, King, come out and totally nix a 50-point spread, make it easy to come back and do this again.
Well, but they're not going to be able to do it if they keep having problems out
talk
there.
So it's an official review on the call regarding a cut on the GNR jammer. I believe that's the Untamed Shrew, who is currently cooling her heels in the penalty box.
And this is a pretty big official review here, King. This could potentially, it's going to negate or enforce that power jam. This is pretty critical.
It is very crucial. Something I've seen, like you were talking about earlier, the defense by both of these teams, they have the ability to lock down those jammers and get their own jammer through.
Yeah, both teams have always been very, very strong offensively. We saw that very clearly last season, King. I really think both of them are making a special effort to focus on that clean defense.
Hey, Magic Pony, what do you know?
The call stands.
The call will stand.
The suspense was killing me, Magic Pony, but the call stands.
That means Untamed Shrew will stay in the penalty box, and we will start this next jam as a power jam for Jalapeno and the Breakneck Betties.
Jalapeno out there riling up her fans. Now, this is the first time I believe we've seen Scald Eagle out there in the blocker role.
You are correct.
Now, I've seen some Wednesday night practices where Scald Eagle has played that blocker role, and it's messy.
Yeah, it's a really smart move by GNR right now, King. You and I, we know that Scald Eagle can block, and this is what they need right now, keeping Jalapeno in check. They don't want the Betties to capitalize on this power jam.
And Jalapeno makes it through.
Jalapeno engaging the pack up against Scald Eagle and Copernicus. Getting bumped around by Copernicus, dropped outside. Gonna have to retreat way, way, way to the back of the pack.
And that was Scald Eagle and Copernicus doing a really nice truck and trailer maneuver.
Hellslinger bridging it back as far as she can.
Oh! Now, Scald Eagle just escorted her out of bounds, but then it looks like, is that Ripley? Ripley picked up a forearm. But you know, you got to protect your jammer. Your jammer's getting knocked around by a blocker. You got to get in there and tear things up.
Yeah.
Much Mayhem once again out there with a star on her helmet. She's going to start this in a power jam.
And she is off, King, up against Havana Good Time, Scarleen, and Yo Gonna Be Sorry, Ivana Thrasher, all looking to keep Much Mayhem in check.
And she pushes him out of play, and she's your lead jammer.
Untamed Shrew now off the bench for GNR and back in play.
Once again, the lineup for this red Breakneck Betty team is just abusing that jammer.
And Much Mayhem quick on the outside. 5 points for the Breakneck Betties.
Rhea Deranged giving her Untamed Shrew a whole bunch of pain right down here in front of us. And Untamed Shrew finally getting out of that pack.
Scarleen standing in the way of Much Mayhem. Much worms around her, calls off the jam. 4 more points there for Much and the Betties.
The Betties doing a fantastic job up in the intensity as this game starts to wind down.
We've got Chestnuts at the Tonkin Fiat Jammer line for the Breakneck Betties and Scald Eagle for the Guns and Rollers. Both skaters are off.
And
Scald Eagle the first to break free. She's your lead jammer, King.
some real mean work there being laid down in the back of that pack. Chestnuts does manage to find a hole, and she's through.
Again, pretty fast pack pace being set here.
A lot of hitting going on out there. Nice. That was a beautiful body whip by Scald Eagle coming through that pack.
Awesome, King. Tremendous whip. Looks like 4 points on that pass for the Guns and Rollers. 3 for the Breakneck Betties.
Well, that was great work by Chestnuts to hurry herself up and get her to the back of that pack.
Just that 7 minutes left to play here, King. 193 Breakneck Betties, 153 Guns and Rollers. Hey, Guns and Rollers, help your team out. Make some noise.
And this next jam's on. Ivana Thrasher right now in the back of that pack trying to weave her way through. Nice hit by Liquor and Split to take her out in turn number 1.
Jalapeno working up against Harajuki, a girl. Getting some assistance from Rorschach Tess.
Rorschach Tess doing a great job defensively to slow her down.
You know, although she's still engulfed in the pack, the lead jammer is actually Jalapeno.
Ivana Thrasher did make her way through.
Hey, Breakneck Alley, your Betties need some energy. Keep them going. Let's hear it for the Breakneck Betties!
Well, it's a 40-point game right now. We got 5 minutes left. Untamed Shrew is a jammer for your Guns and Rollers.
Super six-pack jamming for the Betties.
Super six-pack out front. She's your lead jammer.
Oh, but Untamed Shrew right there with her and a little bit of body work.
And it's going to be a photo finish to the back of this pack. Nice work by the Betties right now. What they've done is they split up those Guns and Rollers. They're going to end up forcing a call-off.
Untamed Shrew and Super Six-Pack racing away, engaging the pack.
That was excellent, excellent pack work by the Betties. Couldn't be any better. They pushed the pace, they got up front, they knocked you flat of bounds.
Exactly, King. They picked up a couple additional points for their team and prohibited GNR from putting anything on the board. Textbook derby.
And when you're in a foot race to the back of the pack, you always want to be in the front, pushing the other players to be in a scoring position in the back.
It's going to be Scald Eagle and Much Mayhem toe-to-toe at the Tonkin Jammer line.
Both players engage the back of that wall. Scald Eagle is still stuck back there. A few players left to beat. That was a beauty of a hit by Rhea Deranged to take her out, and they're going to take her back into the apex over there.
Much mayhem up there against Copernicus and Tiger Bomb. Nice bridging by Harajuku girl.
Scald Eagle's finally out of that pack.
Looks like that was
mayhem, though. She is on her scoring pass, and she picks up 5 points.
We did have an out of play called there on Liquor and Split King. She's going to visit the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Well, her and Copernicus was a direction of play. She was skating the wrong way when she hit somebody.
It's going to do it for that jam. No points on the last pass for either team. And it looks like we've got a team timeout. We're going to kick it to DJ Agent Meow.
Now's the time to get out of your seats and dance, y'all.
Everybody dance like there's ants in your pants, King.
My last chance to remind everybody the Bossa Nova Ballroom, 722 East Burnside, for tonight's after party, dance party with DJ Gregarious. Your bracelet, your ticket gets you in for free. Bossa Nova Ballroom.
Bossa Nova.
That's the after party.
At the after party.
It's the only thing I have left to announce.
And just under 4 minutes left to play. The Betties have hit the 200-point mark. Great first bout for these teams. I cannot wait for the rest of the season, King. It's going to be rad.
Whichever team, in a tight game like this, whichever team pulls this off, they got to look out because they're going to have a big target on them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Start things off here is going to be Ivana Thrasher for the Guns N' Rollers and Jalapeno Business for the Breakneck Betties.
And it's a tight pack up there. Ivana Thrasher still stuck behind that wall. Excellent Betty defense.
Great tenacious D by Ripley and Chestnuts there, keeping Ivana Thrasher behind. Great job of bridging that pack there, and it is gonna be Jalapeno lead jammer.
Jalapeno is already lapped, and she's in a scoring position. Ivana Thrasher finally gets out. 4 points being scored by the Breakneck Betties, and she's going to call off this jam.
1 point picked up on that last pass by Jalapeno and the Breakneck Betties.
Much mayhem and Scald Eagle. Those are going to be your jammers out here on this track. Yeah, as it always should be.
I wish they'd let me jam sometime, King.
That would be really fun.
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody.
All right, this next jam is on. Scald Eagle. Looks like she's already trying to take that inside line. She's got a full team of red, though, in front of her, not wanting to let her go.
And it's going to be Scald Eagle as lead jammer.
Nice defense right now by your Guns N' Rollers, slowing down Much Mayhem.
Yeah, look at Roller Eclipse and you're going to be sorry there on Much Mayhem. Fantastic defense, giving Scald Eagle time to work the pack.
I am so impressed with the Betties recycling there, continuing to get up in front of Scald Eagle.
Scald calls that jam off, but on the last pass, Much did put 4 points up on the board.
Right now, 2:05, 157. Clock is not in the favor of GNR. We're going to see Untamed Shrew and Super Six Pack. This next jam starts. Both these jammers want to go through the same spot.
Super Six Pack dropped to the inside and recycled to the very back.
Untamed Shrew up now, up front, trying now to get through that front wall once again. The Betties defense is just epic out there, slowing down that jammer.
Copernicus working over Super Six Pack in the backfield. Right now, it's Havana Goodtime. Chestnuts with a bit of a hit that dropped her own jammer out for a second.
Liquor and Split taking some time in that pass blue ribbon penalty box, hitting out of play.
Havana Good Time drops her to the floor and drags her back into the pack.
That was a huge, ugly hit by Havana Good Time.
Turns out it was a bit of a reverse direction hit, and she'll be spending a minute in the penalty box.
And a timeout being called on the track. Couple points being scored, but I don't think it'll be the game changer at this point. You need to get points on the board. Jalapeno out there once again with the star. Breakneck Alley, you better make some noise now.
On the line for your Guns and Rollers, you know who it is. Get your arms in the air, it's the Scald Eagle! Tonight's after party will be at the Bossa Nova Ballroom. That's at 722 East Burnside.
Bossa Nova. All right, this timeout's coming to an end. Scald Eagle and Jalapeno are your prospective jammers on the track right now.
And they're on it, both jammers trying to fake each other out right off the line. Scald Eagle weaving through, pushing the red line forward. And Scald Eagle shrugging off hits. Lead jammer, Guns and Rollers.
Rhea Durain tried to get up a piece of her, but as you know, a swing and a miss is a swing and a miss. Jalapeno finally finds a light of day, and she's off to the races. Nice offensive work by GNR.
Scald Eagle picks up her points and calls it off.
Baxter's out there flapping her hands, signaling for another timeout. And that's all the timeouts for the Guns and Rollers.
Speaking of timeout, we're almost out of time.
So Magic Pony, 41 points. What do you do at this point in the game to get those 41 points back?
I would just start crying, and that's just me though.
Yeah.
I think you put the Untamed Shrew on the track to make up the difference.
It's going to be a 3-on-3 blocker war out there. Much Mayhem's got the jammer cap for the Breakneck Betties. I got to tell you, this is one heck of an intense little game we got going here.
It's been an amazing game all evening.
All night long. Of course, with me and you, Magic Pony, it's always an amazing evening all night long.
All night long.
Well, that timeout comes to an end. 5 seconds has been called. And this last jam prospectively is on. Much Mayhem up front. She's got one player left to beat. Much Mayhem's your lead jammer.
Untamed Shrew still trying to find her way through the pack, and the game has been called.
You know, that was a great game all around. Much Mayhem got out there, and I really appreciate the fact they didn't want to rack up more of a point. End it. They won that game hands down.
Yeah, that's pretty much the deal. Coming up next, cheers, victory laps, and the MVP awards with Louis Armstrong.
That's right. I'd like to thank everybody from right up here. We're going to be doing these MVP awards. Do not go anywhere. You're going to see the lap for me, Mike Chex, and Magic Pony, and Louis Armstrong. We thank you very much.